Good morning, Mishpacha. Shalom, shalom. Good morning. Man, I'm over the initial sickness, but man, I still got this stinking congestion. I was just hacking up a lung this morning. So I was trying to think of something funny to say. It didn't work. It's like a bad pair of corduroy jeans from the 60s. Every time you think you're throwing them away, you keep finding them somewhere. Only some of you are going to get that. Glenda, good morning. Alejandro, good morning. Linda Doss, good morning. Sandy Butler, good morning. Yeah, corduroy jeans. I remember those. Those were the 60s and 70s version of winter pants. Because, man, they were hot and heavy. All right. So, we are on day 24, Isaiah 24. Behold, Yehovah makes the earth empty and makes it waste, distorts its surface and scatters abroad its inhabitants, and it shall be. As with the people, so with the priest. As with the servant, so with his master. As with the maid, so with her mistress. As with the buyer, so with the seller. As with the lender, so with the borrower. As with the creditor, so with the debtor. The land shall be entirely emptied and utterly plundered, for Yehovah has spoken this word. The earth mourns, and fades away. The world languishes and fades away. The haughty people of the earth languish. The earth is also defiled under its inhabitants. Because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant, therefore the curse has devoured the earth, and those who dwell in it are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men are left. The new wine fails, the vine languishes, all the merry-hearted sigh. The mirth of the tambourine ceases. The noise of the jubilant ends. The joy of the harp ceases. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink is bitter to those who drink it. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up so that none may go in. There is a cry for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. In the city desolation is left, and the gate is stricken with destruction. When it shall be thus in the midst of the land among the people, it shall be like the shaking of an olive tree, like the gleaning of grapes when the vintage is done. They shall lift up their voice, they shall sing. For the majesty of Yehovah they shall cry aloud from the sea. Therefore glorify Yehovah in the dawning light. The name of Yehovah Elohim of Yisrael is the coastlands of the sea. From the ends of the earth we have heard songs. Glory to the righteous. Excuse me, you guys. But I said, I am ruined, ruined, woe to me. The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Indeed, the treacherous dealers have dealt very treacherously. Fear and the pit and the snare are upon you, O inhabitant of the earth. And it shall be that he who flees from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he who comes up from the midst of the pit shall be caught in the snare. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth are shaken. The earth is violently shaken. The earth is split open. The earth is shaken exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall totter like a hut. Its transgression shall be heavy upon it, and it will fail and not rise again. It shall come to pass in that day that Jehovah will punish on high the host of exalted ones, and on the earth the kings of the earth. They will be gathered together, as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and will be shut up in the prison. After many days they will be punished. Then the moon will be disgraced, and the sun ashamed. For Jehovah Tzvaot will reign on Mount Zion and in Jerusalem, and before his elders gloriously. Wow. You know, I just sound like a broken record, but once again, I'm sitting here reading a chapter I've read so many times before, and this time it's probably because of some of the stuff I've been conversating with a friend of mine lately about, millennial reign and stuff like that. But this Isaiah 24, man, this is absolute judgment on the earth. And it's, as I was reading, I had the thought go through my head. In movies and different things like that, you always hear the line, man will ultimately destroy themselves. And so you see, if you've ever watched the movie When the Earth Stood Still, there's an old version of it, then there's a newer version where Keanu Reeves plays in it, and it's where these big orbs come to the earth, and they're like arcs, and they take all the animals and different species and stuff out of the earth, because these people who were just like people on earth, but they kept from destroying themselves. They're there to destroy they're there to save the planet and destroy the humans, because they're destroying the earth. And it's lines like that, that kind of scenes. But yet right here in Isaiah 24, the destruction of the earth is all because of us. This earth is going to be destroyed because of us, because of our sin and our iniquity, because we don't listen, because we don't obey, because we have, from the beginning, since Adam and Eve first disobeyed in the garden, man has been on a set road to destruction of everything that Yah made this earth to be. Everything. And the earth itself. And when you read that, you have the time to today, go back and reread Isaiah 24 and really take in each line upon line, and take in each line. You go back to like verse 3 and 4. The land shall be entirely emptied and utterly plundered. Jehovah has spoken this word. Excuse me. Well, let's go back to verse 1. Jehovah makes the earth empty and makes it waste, distorts the surface, and scatters abroad its inhabitants, and it shall be. Verse 4, the earth mourns and fades away. The world languishes and fades away. The haughty people of the earth languish. The earth is defiled under its inhabitants. Right there. The earth has become unclean and profane because of man. And continue on verse 5. The earth is also defiled under its inhabitants because they have transgressed the laws. Right there, Mishpachah. So not only Oh, and to finish that verse, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. All of this earth and it falling apart and it being destroyed and ultimately will be destroyed by Yah is our fault because of disobedience, because of transgression of the law, Torahlessness. Because of that, what Yah created for his creation as an enjoyment, we have taken and destroyed because of sin. You know, this is why, you know, and Yah, praise Yah, he's helped me to keep myself in check more about it. And, you know, I spent 30 years, for the most part, living in sin before I dedicated my life to Yah, and even still went through struggles and stuff. And Mishpachah, you know, this is why Yeshua says, I come for a spotless bride. And it's not that we're going to be sinless, Mishpachah. He's coming for those who realize their part in all of this destruction and really throw themselves at his feet. And for a lack of better word, who really throw themselves at the mercy of the court, so to speak, because Yeshua is the judge. His court will be the great white throne judgment, Revelation 20. And the books will be open and everybody's going to be judged. Even if we know that we're going to make it to heaven, we're still going to be judged, Mishpachah. Some will have gain of reward. Some will have loss of reward. Some will barely enter into this kingdom of Yehovah by the skin of their teeth. And of course, Yeshua says, even the just shall scarcely enter therein. It's a chapter like this that should not be discouraging. It should be discouraging to those who are lost. But for people who are like us, who are trying to walk out, and when I say like us, I'm not talking about those who want to take Yah's word and think that they can just do whatever they want with it and teach what they want and declare done away with because they don't like it, or declare that this is whatever. I'm not talking about those people. They've got a worse judgment coming than sinners do. But I'm talking about for those of us who really want to live Yah's truth, Genesis to Revelation, who want to live out his word, serve him through his word, keep his moedim, keep his mitzvot, his commandments and his feasts, and have that personal relationship. To those of us who have that heart and are trying the best that they can every day, this chapter should make us come trembling before the throne of Yehovah more so. This chapter should make us come in repentance for our part in what will ultimately be the destruction of what Yah created for his pleasure. You know, verse 19 and 20, the earth is violently broken. The earth is split open. The earth is shaken exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and it shall totter like a hut. Its transgressions shall be heavy upon it, and it will fall and not rise again. And then it shall come to pass in that day that Jehovah will punish on high the host of exalted ones, and on the earth the kings of the earth. They will be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and will be shut up in the prison, and after many days they will be punished. That's the fallen angels and those who followed them from the beginning. You have a confirmation of that in the book of Jude. And listen to this, verse 23, then the moon will be disgraced and the sun ashamed. Wow, what a powerful chapter. It should definitely be humbling to us, Mishpachah. It should definitely get our attention and make us think about where we are in Yehovah, where we are in all of this, and where we need to be, so that we bring honor and glory to his name and not profane his name. Amen. So, very sobering chapter. So as you go about the day today, Mishpachah, I pray you be blessed in your day of preparation. But I pray that you be humble and, as scripture says, lowly of heart, meek, so that you shall inherit the earth, the new earth, along with the new heaven. And let us be that, Mishpachah. And as we get ready to enter into Shabbat tonight, let us enter into Shabbat with a very grateful heart, knowing that we could have so easily been any one of these people out in the world who will never know Yah. We could have been one of them, Mishpachah. For whatever reason, we could have been born into that life and not be where we are today. We're here, we are gathered together from around the world, getting into the Word, sharing the Word, discussing the Word, and living out the Word. We are truly blessed in every way. So let us remember that as we enter into Shabbat tonight. The set apart time, this time that Yehovah declares is a mark upon us from him, to declare us to him that eternal covenant, that we hold it dear and that we keep it whole before him. Amen. So I love you all, Mishpachah. May you be blessed in everything you say and do today, and may Yehovah be blessed in everything that you say and do today. I love y'all, but most of all, y'all loves you. Shalom, shalom.